Hi guys, welcome to Kiss My Badge for the fans, by the fans, covering the most watched league in the world. And shout out to our content partner, Matchday Affairs. Okay, this is...
Today I'm excited actually.
Why?
I'm excited because we got a guest superstar.
Yeah.
We don't want Satish anymore. Too much menu lah. Menu always win penalty. Every game they win penalty.
Every game they win penalty. Surprising.
So it's not about the skills anymore.
Yeah.
It's about the penalty.
With us today, we have a former national football player, Mr. Sasikumar.
Yes. National Singapore footballer.
Yes.
Former.
Yeah.
Hey, hi guys, how you doing? Thanks for having me on the show.
No problem. As you can see all the smiles on your face because if you guys don't know, he is a long time Everton fan. That's why he's smiling.
Yeah, good season so far for him.
Yes.
But you didn't start supporting Everton at the start of the season,
No, nobody starts supporting Everton in the last 5 years or 10 years. Trust me. Even my own son deflected and went to supporting Liverpool. So...
Okay lah, you got the other son who supports Everton, it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one is a Liverpool fan and one is an Everton fan. So you know the whole house is actually divided now.
Wow.
Blue and red. Blue and red. Yeah. Maybe Sasik, you can share with us how you started supporting Everton.
So my love for Everton started in the 90s. I tell you why. Because my brother, he's a die-hard Liverpool fan. Right? Those days when you're watching Road to Wembley and stuff like that, there are two teams that are playing. One is blue and the other one is red. So he was supporting the red. Then I said, okay, I'll support the blue. That's how I fell in love with Everton. And then, you started following them. You understand the players, who they are. And then your love for the game, kind of goes from there. But to be really honest, I'm more of a football fan rather than a die-hard Everton fan. I like the story of underdogs, and that's why I support Everton. And Everton's always been the underdogs. And now they got a special place in my heart. But I'm more of a football fan rather than if you tell me you are a die-hard Everton fan. Actually, I'm not a die-hard Everton fan, but I just like supporting Everton.
But as an Everton fan, right, today is a special moment because we are going to go through the league standings, and this fella, a Liverpool fan, will tell us the league standing. Who is on top? Yeah.
It is with
yeah, please go ahead.
he's enjoying it.
Yeah, he's smiling.
Sasi is enjoying it.
Yeah. So what's the standing, guys?
So with a heavy heart, I'm going to read our table standings. So for the British Premier League, number 1 is Everton.
Say that again.
Louder.
Number 1 is Everton. They have played 5 games. They have won 4 and drawn only 1 with 13 points. This is Everton. Okay, so number 2, I'm not going to talk about that. Okay, let's go to number 2. Number 2 is Aston Villa with 12 points. But they only played 4 games and they have won all 4. Aston Villa.
Nice.
Okay, Liverpool is number 3 with 10 points. We have also played 5 games. Won 3, drawn 1, and losing 1. And
3 points away.
Yep. Leicester City, 5 games played as well. They are at number 4 with 9 points. Won 3 and losing 2 times. And Arsenal at 5th spot with 9 points as well. So actually, if you want to look at it, 4 to 6 spot, Wolves is at 6. All have 9 points as well. Nice. All very close. Now it's still very close actually.
So Everton is going strong with their manager and their new signings. Very good signings. And I think you were talking to us before the show that it's all so far thanks to not just the manager but the new owner, right? Maybe you can talk to us about that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think since the new owner has come to Everton in 2016, he spent, something like close to 450 million pounds. And of which he actually gave Marco Silva, the previous manager, 250 million to go out there and sign players. He absolutely ran the team to the ground. He brought some really rubbish players. And even with all the money, Everton couldn't really challenge for anything in the last couple of seasons. But the day it was announced that Carlo Ancelotti was coming to Goodison Park, that was the day that I said, wow, you know what? Something magical is going to happen with this club, especially with the team, because he's a top-class manager wherever he's gone, especially his last assignment in Napoli. He took a Napoli team that was almost nothing and then got them to, compete against the likes of Juventus, Milan, going towards they played in the Champions League. Can you imagine? So he took a very unfancied side, and it's exactly the kind of manager that Everton needed, and it's evident now. Like you can see, he's come and completely changed. Listen, he's made average players look like world stars now. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, before this, what was he? He was a player that couldn't get into the team. Today, he's scoring goals for fun. So it tells you something, right? It's all about the manager. Invest in a manager that can actually attract players. He's got a cool head on his shoulder in the sense that he's going to buy players that are effective. And more importantly, take the current set of players and make them better. And that's what he's done. Look at Everton and the current set of players. 3 or 4 signings, top class signings. I mean, I can't, people talk about like Abdoulaye Doucouré. I mean, he got relegated with Watford last season, right?
Yeah.
And you look at him, now he looks like a Champions League player, right? I mean, he got relegated with the team. Talk about Alan from Napoli. What a player. James Rodriguez, we don't have to talk about James Rodriguez, right? Because he's a world-class player. In fact, today I just read an article that the board at Real Madrid, they are now questioning Zidane. Why did he let James Rodriguez go? Right? So you can see it's what's happening with the kind of players he's brought on. And then the other players that are around them now are all lifting up. Richarlison looks like a new player. Look at Andre Gomez. Look at even now Sigurdsson, who was rubbish in my opinion, paid 50 million for him and couldn't do anything. And all of a sudden he's on the bench and he needs to come and prove himself week in, week out. So much so, even when you look at Theo Walcott, he had to leave. He had to go on loan because, he will never get a game because the young players coming through, players like Anthony Gordon and all these guys are really, really good. So there's a good pipeline of players coming through, and then you got the senior players. You know what? It's a great time to be an Everton fan.
I'm surprised that a top-class manager like Ancelotti would go to Everton. There's rumours that Ancelotti will go to Arsenal and, any of the top sides, right? But he chose Everton. Okay, with no disrespect but someone whispered something to him.
What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say that Everton was like Arsenal during George Graham days.
Hello, Everton are a big club. I think you guys, especially people in Liverpool, Arsenal, you wearing the Arsenal shirt, you don't know that Everton is actually bigger than Arsenal.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Because you got a bigger stadium doesn't make you a big team.
Oh, so Everton got a bigger history actually.
Of course. if you look at if you look at Everton's crest and then look at your crest, the year it's formed, it tells everything.
Okay I thought the number of FA Cup wins.
they all champion FA Cup only.
We only champion FA Cup only. That one.
Why don't you then not play in the Premier League and just wait for the FA Cup to come around?
We're trying our best We need to be in the top 5. We need the money, bro.
I remember the 2 surprises when for Everton during the part where they were going to get Ancelotti as a manager. So first of all, him being the manager, you were like, Ancelotti going to Everton. Wow, that was a surprise. And after that, he signed James Rodriguez, which is like a talent from Real Madrid, which we never thought would actually grace the Premier League, and he did.
But it makes sense, right? Because he was the former manager of James Rodriguez.
Yeah,
so
correct.
Usually players are connected to their managers and they believe in the manager's style, right?
So Ancelotti has actually taken him everywhere he's gone. From Real Madrid, taken him to Bayern Munich. Let's not forget. And he obviously he must have tried to sign him while he was at Napoli. He's not going to go to Napoli, but Everton it's special because if you look at James Rodriguez in the last couple of seasons, he was never playing. He played 1 or 2 games. His 3 or 4 seasons has completely been wasted. And he's hitting his prime, right? So he needs to now become a world-class player. Let's not forget what he did at the World Cup. He was a Golden Boot winner. And the guy, his left foot is magical. Let's not forget as well, his first year in the La Liga, he was actually the best player in Spain, right? And after that, of course, obviously it started dipping. But today we can see the quality of the player. The passes. On his debut, he set a record: 5 assists. No player making his debut has made 5 assists in one
very
game.
impressive debut.
Dominic Calvert-Lewin and everybody else around him are now getting excited because they know this guy can make that pass. They know that if you run, he will find you, right? So, I mean, how many players? Let's be really honest, not to take away the fan cap that we're wearing. How many players in the Premier League can entertain like that today?
No, I don't know. I think maybe can count with one hand, probably.
But if only Arsenal plays Ozil, then perhaps.
That's another topic for another day, Ozil. But yeah.
But I tell you what was really interesting, and I respect Jurgen Klopp a lot for that. He said in a media interview the day he realized that Everton signed Carlo Ancelotti, he said, "Oh my God, now it's going to be trouble for us."
Yeah.
Because he recognized, right? A quality manager will recognize another quality manager, and you could see at the end of the game they were all very cordial, even though it was a bit heated at the moment and stuff like that. You can see the respect for two of them. They know that both these teams represent the city, and they just want to give a good account of themselves, right? I don't think so. The Merseyside derby, the rivalry is like Liverpool and Manchester United. I think there's a bit of respect there, right? Liverpool-Everton, there's always been respect there. Families are divided in that sense. But I think the rivalry between Liverpool and Manchester United is much more hotter than Manchester. Of course, Liverpool against Everton. So I think there's some sort of mutual respect for fans in both ends. Would you agree?
As I always mention, usually for us, because we are in Asia or in our region, in the Southeast Asian region, right? We don't feel that rivalry as much compared to those who are living in Liverpool themselves. In that town rivalry, the city rivalry that they have between the blue and the red, Merseyside or Scousers lah. But I'm feeling it from the last game that we played. But I think maybe because a lot of the football channels, they are always hyping up Manchester United and Liverpool because these two are perhaps two of the most successful clubs in England so far. So they are always hyping this up. So we are also caught in the hype. Hence we see this. But because we are not local lads or who, like example, Trent Alexander-Arnold who are playing for Liverpool, they can feel the rivalry, the hometown rivalry between Liverpool and Everton, but we don't feel it that much. So in terms of respect, maybe for us we feel it, but over there, right, it can be as heated as like you go to the bar the next day. That's it. You once you wear the blue color, you may kind of hantam or something like that.
I think after last week game, Liverpool fans in Singapore or in the region, right, will feel it more. Will feel it more.
Let me tell you something about Liverpool fans. Liverpool fans always feel something when the team get beaten. Doesn't matter if they get beaten fair and square or ugly or whatever. They always have something to say. I read an article yesterday or today. Gini Wijnaldum said, "Oh, the players couldn't sleep because Van Dijk got hurt." Hey, come on, this is the men's game. People get hurt all the time. And this, let me just remind people. Let me jog the memory. Napoli, right? What did Van Dijk do to the Napoli striker Insigne? What did he do? I got a picture here. He tackled him so badly that put him out of the game, right? So bad things happen to bad people.
I see what you did there,
So you're saying that the incident is okay lah. It was fair and square, right? Referee made the right call.
So okay. There's two things here. Let's get this right. Okay. First of all, he was in offside position. Referee blew for the offside whistle, right? Game stops there. Because they came together in a very quick fashion, it was split second. He clashed into him. Okay. Was it a clumsy challenge? Yes, absolutely. It was a clumsy challenge. Okay. He hurt him. Is that right? No, it's not right. You don't go out to hurt another player. Okay. We tick all those boxes. But come on, it happens in a game. Son Heung-min broke Andre Gomes' ankle. Did he mean it? After that, he was crying, right?
Yeah.
Remember the Spurs Everton game, right?
That was
Did he mean it? No, he cried. He said, players get hurt all the time. This is a men's game, contact game. And Gini Wijnaldum coming to say the players didn't sleep overnight because Van Dijk got hurt. Hey, this reminds me, World Cup, when Neymar got injured, what did the Brazilian players do the next game? They brought his photo onto the pitch. Remember that?
Yes, I remember.
In a World Cup game. As though he died.
Yes. We were saying that as if he died, right? They bring his photo together.
So I saw on Twitter today, there was a tribute. We kept a clean sheet, a tribute for Van Dijk. Did he die? Come on.
But Son did get a red card, right? Son did get a red card for that tackle. So Pickford had gotten a red card, then the game might have changed.
Yeah. Okay, so I told you there are two incidents. First, the referee called for offside. So the referee's mind was actually on the offside, not what happened after it. Because that clash, it was like a normal players coming together. When the referee looks, he says, oh, two players clash and that's it. Only when we have the hindsight of slow motion in 300 different angles, it looks bad. Of course it looks bad, right? You come from the top angle, whichever angle you look at it, it is a horrible tackle, right? Don't get me wrong. But it happened. They said, oh, he should be sent off. The referee didn't catch it. The whole idea, they came together and, it was a horrible tackle, but he didn't go and do over. If you see it properly, his stats were not over the top. His body was over the top. Yeah. He was actually in between Van Dijk's legs and they fell. And that's why the knee got twisted. If his legs were off the air, his stats were flying in, 100% he'd be sent off. He did. His legs were both planted on the floor. They came together and the way he almost did like jumped onto him, right? So he didn't put his stats up. So, Liverpool fans need to calm down. These things happen. People get hurt. People get injured. Get on with it. Because they're so afraid. Because I'll tell you why. Last year, he did not miss any game. And they won the league. So they are really, really scared. Now they don't have Van Dijk. They are properly, that's what they are. They are properly scared. These people are scared now.
These are fanatics. These are fanatics, Sasi. I agree with you. Hunter, how can you... how can you threaten Pickford somehow?
Exactly. Some guy tweets. He says, "Oh, I see Jordan Pickford in town. Oh, we're gonna beat him up. Come on, grow up.
Yeah,
grow up, Liverpool.
Yeah.
Okay. Allow me to defend a few points. Ken, allow me to. You have your drink. You come down first, Sasi. Wait, allow me to. Yeah.
I'm angry now.
So anyway,
what's your point?
First of all, those Liverpool fans who are the ones giving out the threatening words on Pickford, his wife, and all that, stop.
Yeah,
it doesn't make sense. Okay, football is a game. There's things more important than football. Even Klopp said that. So please stop. Don't do this kind of nonsense. It doesn't. We don't need this kind of thing. Okay. Secondly, to me, of course, I think a lot of Liverpool fans were. You're right. I agree. I think we were a bit scared of this injury on Van Dijk that can derail our title hopes. We're not saying that we're going to win, but the hopes that we have to defend our title. Because he is really a phenomenal player. He is really the person who's, although the first few games, maybe our defense are really not stable, but his quality is there. It can be seen. So I think a lot of fans were scared that there is a bit of fear there that his injury, especially because he's going to be taken out the whole season, we are a bit afraid that this will actually cause very, very big problems, especially because we didn't buy any centre backs. So even Carragher was hoping that we will buy a centre back in January and all that. Then of course I think the main thing that we are a bit upset is because the referee and the VAR official David Coote, he didn't even take a look at the lunge by Pickford. They are just so single-mindedly looking at the offside, and I don't know whether it's offside or not. It's still a grey area. But they were so single-mindedly thinking about the offside that they didn't even see that challenge as a rash challenge that causes injury to a player, which deserves at minimum a yellow card and also penalty. Because retrospectively,
you were asking for a penalty.
You're
asking for a penalty.
because it's a foul. Okay, if no penalty also, it's a foul.
But the whistle was blown.
Yes, the whistle. The whistle was blown.
Here we go again with the Liverpool fans. Here we go again. There should penalty, should be a red card. You want everything. You want send off the entire team then.
Yeah, you're not Manchester United lah. Come on.
Yeah, that's why we don't win the penalty. If Manchester United confirm get penalty already. If we got a Bruno Fernandes, we definitely got penalty already.
So the FA already decided that there won't be any punishment on Pickford.
The problem with the VAR guy, dia tengah makan he's eating his burger, he didn't see.
Must be a mega burger lah, covering half his eyes lah. That's right.
So he cannot see. Makan burger, offside or what? He cannot, let him go lah.
Yeah, give him chance lah.
I think they did take a retrospective look at him. He is not supposed to officiate the next game that he's supposed to be in charge of. So that's one way to make sure that the officials.
I hope the Liverpool fans are happy. I hope they're happy because they got someone suspended.
Not really lah, because that's only one. The second one.
You want some more?
No. No. It's the other one is the money one. The money offside. The one that our captain scored the winning goal.
Hey, wait. Listen. I was on another podcast right after the day of the thing finished.
Okay. Yeah.
One of the Liverpool fans, he made a lot of sense. First time Liverpool fan making a lot of sense. He said, VAR is a machine. Okay? No human. It's a machine that draws the line, all the grids, and then it decides whether it's offside or not. That's a VAR machine. That machine is not an Everton fan or Liverpool fan or Man U fan. It's a machine. No feeling, nothing. Right? It draws the line and says offside. So if we cannot trust the technology to say the line that says it's offside, why are we still arguing about it? The machine said it's offside. Means it's offside. Okay. Well, to the naked eye, I'll tell you this. To me, honestly, it was legit. It was a legit goal, in my opinion. To the naked eye. But the machine come and draw the line. The machine come and... Yeah, when the machine draw the line and says offside, we gotta accept it, what?
Yeah,
right?
Okay. As you can see, I it doesn't make me feel better. but okay lah. I mean, it was a deserved goal in that sense lah. So that's why to us it's like, and because of the injury on Thiago, the injury on Van Dijk, so it was a heated game. I would say this is perhaps one of the most heated game that I've watched between Everton and Liverpool. Usually it's like stalemate or something like that, right? But this is like a very heated game. It was good, both sides, especially you'll be hearing this from more Liverpool fans. Hopefully, Everton was playing really well.
Is it? What do you think? Because I felt that Liverpool was like 70% dominating that game.
No, I don't think so. I think towards the end, you are right. When Richarlison got sent off, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think it was all over. I thought it was a pretty even game. End to end, a lot of action. But let's not forget, I want to remind you again, jog back your memory. First 5 minutes, what did Van Dijk do on James Rodriguez?
I didn't see the first 5 minutes.
See, that's the problem. Liverpool fans have very short memory. They remember all the bad things that the players do. James Rodriguez is out for this weekend, by the way. He's out.
Serious?
Because
He's not playing?
Van Dijk actually got him in the first 5 minutes of the game. He's out this weekend.
Okay, we have to sell James Rodriguez on our fantasy league.
Fantasy league, we have to take him out already.
So thanks for the tip. Thanks for the tips.
Carlo Ancelotti just came out, did a press conference and say he's not playing because he got injured. And even say he got tackled early on in the game. So, okay, fair and square. You tackle us, we tackle you back. Finish story.
So, settled already. Okay, then let's move on to the player. Okay, I want to talk about Pickford. He has been not doing so well, but during that game, he did 2 like wonderful saves, right? So, is he a weakest link for Everton now? What do you think?
Can I say something about Pickford first?
Go ahead.
He's not your keeper. What do you want to say?
Yeah. No lah. I mean, I want to give some good points.
Go ahead.
He wants to compliment.
Compliment. Okay. Because truthfully speaking, I don't like Pickford. But
that's not a compliment.
No. But that's the thing. Because why I don't like him is because if he's on my team, he is the kind of player who always makes very, very stupid or harsh mistakes which lead to goal. But the thing is, his quality is there. That's why he's England's number 1. So the save that he made during our game, right, was to me like not surprising because he is really that kind of keeper.
What do you think of your keeper, Sasi?
He's Jekyll and Hyde. So he's got two faces. right? The face that comes out in England number 1, and then also comes out as the worst keeper in England. So in one game, he can give you an emotional roller coaster ride. When he wants to be good, I don't think so. There's any better goalkeeper than him, except Alisson maybe in the entire league. But if he's bad, remember the Brighton goal that Everton, conceded. Mope scored, and he was doing volley. Volleyball. So when he does rubbish like that, he's a very poor keeper. I think
like David James lah.
Look at
David
what
James.
Kind of, yes.
Yeah. Look at what Carlo Ancelotti did right at the end of the transfer window. He brought in an international goalkeeper, Swedish international goalkeeper, Robin Olsen. The reason why he brought him on to have some sort of pressure on Pickford. Not that he's going to replace him, but there needs to be some pressure. There needs to be a really good number 2 so that this guy's on his toes. Let's not forget, Everton also has a very good youth keeper as well that is coming up, the under-23s. So they have that department. So if any point in time, if Pickford does a mess up again, he's out. I think and Ancelotti is one of those guys who will take no nonsense.
He knows that. He knows that. Pickford will know that.
Make one of those mistakes, you're out. Next on the bench, you're with me. So I'm pretty happy that Robin Olsen is there. I can't say that for our neighbours who have got Adrian in goal because he's another Calamity James, right?
Adrian is like Pickford lah. Adrian is like Pickford.
No. We got the upgraded version.
Oh yeah, I mean he's a bit more of a shot stopper compared to Adrian.